Some major updates, guys. Trump is reportedly talking about pardoning Ghislaine Maxwell. Jerome Powell humiliates the crap out of him on Fox News. South Park drags him for a filth. And a Texas Democrat unfortunately was arrested protesting the redistricting in Texas. It's chaos, it's distraction, it's Trump's America. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and let's jump right into this video. So Donald Trump has been talking about pardoning Ghislaine Maxwell. Yes, that Ghislaine Maxwell. Epstein's former girlfriend and co-conspirator in his entire child sex network. Now, let's look at the clip real quick of Donald Trump talking about possibly pardoning her.
Would you consider a pardon or a commutation for Ghislaine Maxwell if
it's something I haven't thought about. It's really something recommended. It's something I'm allowed to do it, but it's something I have not thought about.
But you wouldn't rule it out, sir?
Now, did you hear the end of that clip? So you wouldn't rule it out, sir? This is him setting the stage for wanting to pardon Ghislaine Maxwell. We know this because we've already heard that he wants the story to go away. Ghislaine Maxwell has been subpoenaed by James Comer on the Oversight Committee to specifically testify and give a deposition to Congress on August 11th at 10 o'clock. Now we have Donald Trump saying, well, I haven't really thought about it, but I can do it. And Donald Trump is known for saying he's not going to pardon somebody, but ends up pardoning them anyway. Look at a clip I got right here from CNN of a montage of Donald Trump saying, I'm not going to pardon them, and ends up pardoning them anyway.
I don't want to talk about pardons for Michael Flynn yet.
You pardon Paul Manafort?
I have not even given it a thought as of this moment.
Roger Stone,
Are you going to pardon him, sir? He's been convicted of felonies.
Am I going to pardon him? Yes. Well, I hadn't thought of it. I think it's very tough what they did to Roger Stone.
And we know that Donald Trump has been trying to get people in the Magosphere to start getting the story to change. Going so far that they're now on Newsmax calling Ghislaine Maxwell a victim.
And she's also been subpoenaed by the Oversight Committee. I think this is great. I do have a feeling that she just might be a victim. She just might be. There was a rush to judgment. There was a lot of chaos there for a while. All right. Granted, she hung out with Jeffrey Epstein, and I know that's apparently not good.
I know that apparently that's not good. Mind you, her conviction happened underneath the first Trump administration. Here I got a post on Twitter from the National. It's got National because Donald Trump is supposed to be in Scotland. He is in Scotland this weekend. And they say, look, this is on the Scotland National. Convicted U.S. felon to arrive in Scotland. Republican leader who was found liable for sexual abuse and defamation will visit golf courses. This trip is going to cost the American tax people $10 million. Nothing but a bunch of waste. And it's not only Scotland calling him out. We all know how the speaker closed down Congress because he did not want to put on the floor a vote on the Epstein files. He did not want Republicans having to go on the record showing that if they let this go out, they might end up with no leader. Considering if it seems the way Donald Trump is acting, he's completely implicated in the files. We don't know that, but he's acting guilty. This is what Thomas Massey posted on Twitter. I have questions after watching this video. Why would releasing the Epstein files cause political pain to congressmen? Does avoiding political pain take priority over justice? How exactly is the speaker being prosecuted by votes on the Epstein files? At least some of the Republicans still have some of their principles. On a House Oversight panel led by the Democrat Representative Summer Lee from Pennsylvania, they actually were able to get a vote on the Epstein files 8-2, which means that this committee should be getting the Epstein files from the DOJ. Look at this clip.
Calling up Ms. Lee's motion as amended. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, no. No. In the opinion of the, pardon?
The ayes have it.
In the opinion of the chair, the no has it.
Recorded vote, sir.
Recorded vote is called for. The clerk will call the roll.
Mr. Gosar. Mr. Biggs. Ms. Mace. Aye. Ms. Mace. Mr. Chairman, on this vote, the ayes are 8, the nays are 2.
The subcommittee stands adjourned.
I bet it does stand adjourned. No, that was some good gamesmanship by the Democrats in this particular situation. But of course, it would not be Donald Trump if he did not have to say, okay, let's blame the black man. Let's blame Barack Obama. Barack Obama, he has done something. Let's roll the clip.
Ghislaine Maxwell. What are you hoping Todd Blanche gets out of his meetings with Ghislaine Maxwell?
Well, I don't know about the meeting. I know it's taking place, and he's a fantastic man. He's a great attorney, and people should really focus on how well the country's doing, or they should focus on the fact that Barack Hussein Obama led a coup, or they should focus on the fact that Larry Summers from Harvard, that Bill Clinton, who you know very well, and lots of other friends, really close friends of Jeffrey Summers, should be spoken about. Because, you know, Jeffrey Epstein should be spoken about. And they should speak about them, because they don't talk about them. They talk about me. I have nothing to do with the guy.
I think he protests this too much. Because, I mean, seriously. He's giving you options. You can talk about this, you can talk about this, you can talk about this. But do not talk about more. Not more. That sounds like a guilty man. But that's just me. And I mean, given the footage that the Midas Touch Network was able to release and put out recently, I would too. Let's look at this right here from off of Twitter.
Have you ever had a personal relationship with Donald Trump?
What do you mean by personal relationships?
Have you socialized with him?
Yes, sir.
Yes?
Yes, sir.
Have you ever socialized with Donald Trump in the presence of females under the age of 18?
Though I'd like to answer that question, at least today, I'm going to have to assert my 5th, 6th, and 14th Amendment rights, sir.
He asserted quite a few amendments just right now, considering, like this sounds a little too. How many amendments do you have to assert to say no, y'all were not socializing with underage girls under the age of 18 years old? That was quite a few amendments he needed to let us know he had to assert. And I don't even understand why he is making this push about President Obama committing treason, considering he is the one who gave all sitting presidents, all actions, all official actions of presidents now have immunity. Look at this clip right here when he has to even talk about it. He's like, sir, why are you even trying to make this push when you were the one who said that presidents needed immunity?
How do you think that the Supreme Court's ruling that benefited you on presidential immunity would apply to former President Barack Obama and what you're accusing him of doing?
It probably helps him a lot. Probably helps him a lot, the immunity ruling. But it doesn't help the people around him at all. But it probably helps him a lot. He's done criminal acts, there's no question about it. But he has immunity, and it probably helps him a lot.
I've always said, every accusation out of the Trump administration's mouth is a confession of something they have themselves done. Because if we don't recall, this was investigated by the Trump administration. Obama helped him peacefully transfer into the office. But now he's committed treason. But y'all tell me what y'all think about all that in the comments, because it's really not helping him. Look at what the Flagrant podcast had to say as soon as they heard him accusing Obama of a crime.
Some smoke, they'll release it. But the more they're doing to hide it, the more I'm like, oh, they're hiding something crazy. Yeah. I didn't necessarily. I was like, there's probably something.
The second he started talking about Obama, I was like, oh, he's guilty.
Yeah.
Also, why are you talking about Obama and treason? You got a guy who has sex with teenagers that you are protecting.
I couldn't have said it myself. Why are you talking about Obama when you have a guy you are protecting that had with teenagers? You can't say it much more bluntly than they did. But This is the Trump administration. This is Trump's America. This is what he's focused on. Instead of trying to make America more affordable for its average Americans, he's focused on not letting crimes about himself, possibly, potentially, given the way he's acting, allegedly, come out. But y'all, if y'all enjoyed this video at this point, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Like, please, it really helps and grows the channel. And let's go over to these other epic takedown of Donald Trump today, which I have of Jerome Powell taking down Donald Trump on Fox News, and a clip of how Fox News tried to portray it. Let's get right into that.
Yeah. So we're taking a look, and it looks like it's about 3.1 billion. It went up a little bit, or a lot. So the 2.7 is now 3.1.
I'm not aware of that.
Yeah, it just came out.
Yeah, I haven't heard that from anybody at the Fed.
Yeah, it just came out.
Our notes had it about 3.1 as well.
3.1,
3.2. This came from us?
Yes. I don't know who does that.
You're including the Martin renovation. You just added our entire capital. Yeah, you just added in a third building. Is what that is. That's a third building.
Well, no, but it's a building that's being built.
No, it was built 5 years ago. We finished Martin 5 years ago.
It's part of the overall work.
But it's not new.
Did you see how Donald Trump tried to play with numbers with the numbers guy in this country? Like, why even set yourself up for that? He looked like he wanted to melt away. And then you have Tim Scott, as always, from South Carolina, being a motherfucking bootlicker. Tim, we know you did not want that marriage that you got into because you wanted to be in the Republican primary. You needed to be married to be even potentially not really a fucking option because you weren't going anywhere in that Republican primary. Dude, stop bootlicking Donald Trump. It doesn't look good. You look crazy. And now I have that clip. Obviously, I want to show you how Fox News tried to spin it. Of course, it was on Jesse Waters' show.
He's burning cash on some renovations at headquarters. Trump knows a thing or two about flipping buildings, so he wanted an appraisal and brought receipts.
So we're taking a look, and it looks like it's about 3.1 billion. It went up a little bit, or a lot. So the 2.7 is now 3.1.
I'm not aware of that.
Yeah, it just came out.
Yeah, I haven't heard that from anybody at the Fed.
Yeah, it just came out. I don't know who does that.
You're including the Martin renovation. You just added our entire capital. Yeah, you just added in a third building. Is what that is. That's a third building.
Well, no, but it's a building that's being built.
They can't be that easily manipulated. Like, this is a clip that y'all aired earlier on your show, and then you come out and try to do a manufactured clip. You cut it off right before Jerome Powell can correct him and let him know, Donald Trump, this is something that was finished 5 years ago that you're trying to add on top of a current renovation project. What are we talking about here? But it would not be Fox News if they were not doing it, which is why I'm so happy there's still some media, still some people willing to push back against the craziness of the Trump administration, the Trump regime, the entire debacle and clown show that we now have to call our American government. Y'all, South Park went scorched earth on Donald Trump. They had him now laying in the bed next to the devil. I mean, they came for everything about Donald Trump. They came from him being impotent. And they had the imagery of Jesus going to schools with everything that's happening, like Oklahoma, with their failure of a superintendent who is currently in investigation for having nude photos on his screens at work. Tell me they are not a bunch of hypocrites. It was just a beautifully well done episode of South Park. Like, I'm going to be watching it the entire season because it was like an FU to everything. And then we have the South Park co-creator came out, and this from PBS News, and like jokes that he was terribly sorry that the White House was like upset. Like, this has been really what we needed after, CBS canceled Colbert, which they might have said it was a financial decision. I believe a lot of it had to do with the push from Donald Trump, because I believe he was the #1 rated late night show. And But guys, y'all just tell me what y'all thought about that episode down in the comments. And let's move on to this very last story I want to cover. I saw it here on the Tennessee Howler that congressional candidate Isaiah Martin, he was tackled to the ground as he was protesting. He was at a committee hearing about redistricting. He was basically talked over time, and they basically shoved him all the way out of that congressional that committee hearing. Let me go ahead and play that portion for you right now.
Dilapidated, Epstein partying with president for all of the work that we're about to do to every single one of you.
Thank you for your testimony.
You did this, you caused this, and this is the result of you and your work. No, I'm not going to finish.
Witness's time has expired.
I'm not finished. Because ultimately, who doesn't have a say in this are the people of this state, the 40 million people that you guys just kicked.
Witness will come to order.
The people of this state.
The witness does not. The witness is not recognized.
As a result of what you guys have done, this is a result of your policies. And you have no shame.
Okay.
You have no shame. None.
The witness.
Zero.
The witness.
You have no shame for what you've done. And I think that we all should be standing up here and signing.
Just cut off his mic. Cut off his mic. The sergeants are directed to remove the gentleman from the room.
History will not remember you kindly for what you have done. They will not. As a matter of fact, history might not remember you at all because of what you have done. It's horrific.
The gentleman will be removed.
Shame. You need to have shame. History will not remember you for what you have done. It is a shame.
Members.
You need to have shame. History will not remember you for what you have done. It is a shame. Members. It is horrific for what you have.
Jesus, get over here!
It is horrific for what you have done. You should all be ashamed.
But he is correct. What they're doing in Texas right now is completely terrible. Texas is a majority minority state, and the vast majority of their legislators are all white. Everything in the higher ups of the government is completely white. Not trying to make this a race issue, but just trying to show you how badly Texas is gerrymandered. And Donald Trump right now is pushing Texas to redistrict in the effort of gaining 5 more GOP-leaning seats. Now, this could backfire on them potentially. However, that is what they're currently doing. But it makes me extremely happy that we have governors that are saying, well, if you're going to do this, we're going to also get in the fight. No tactics are beyond Democrats at this point. We're not doing the when they go low, we go high. No, when they go low, shit, we going low too. This is from Governor Gavin Newsom's Twitter from yesterday. Let's watch this together real quick.
Of course, we want a fair playing field where everybody is playing by the same set of rules. That's no longer the case. Not with Donald Trump, not when he made a call to the governor of Texas and talked about finding 5 additional seats so that he can try to hold the line and maintain the majority in the House of Representatives. Things have changed, so too must we. And I believe that the people of the state of California understand what's at stake.
And if we just read here what he's saying, whether we have to call a special election, set up a ballot initiative, write a bill, or fight it out in court, make no mistake, if Texas Republicans go through it at Donald Trump's demands to redistrict the GOP to victory in the 2026 elections, California will be ready. So that is really good. He's been really putting up a lot of fight against Donald Trump, which has been very good to see considering we don't see many of our Democratic leaders doing and coming out so forcefully against what Donald Trump is trying to do. And we also have Kathy Hochul, who says she is going to work closely with Hakeem Jeffries to also find a way, if necessary, to do some redistricting, mid-year redistricting, if Texas goes through with this. Let's go ahead and watch this clip right here.
What I'm going to say is all's fair in love and war, because we are following the rules. We do redistricting every 10 years, but there's other states that are violating the rules and are going to try and give themselves an advantage. All I'll say is I'm going to look at it closely with Hakeem Jeffries. I'm not surprised that they're trying to break the rules to get an advantage, but that's undemocratic. And not only are we calling them out, we're also going to see what our options are.
And then there you go. Another Democrat governor saying if they want to go low, we are willing to go low too. And we have the population numbers because we have huge hubs. And I believe a lot of it is about population. So I can't wait to see what it all comes out to be, especially with the 2026 election right around the corner and everything they're doing with immigration, with our economy, with Donald Trump playing with tariffs. We have to have every option on the table. America is not affordable for most people nowadays. We need to be getting back to working and finding ways to work for the American people. And we can't do that if we don't have the majorities and we can't win the presidency. And we can't do that by laying down and always trying to go high in every fight. That's just not how it's going to work. You can't always bring a knife to a gunfight. Sorry. But y'all, that's all we have for today. And don't forget, y'all, to like, comment, and subscribe. Please tap in. It really helps push this video out and grow this channel and put us in the algorithm. I really appreciate anybody who stopped and watched this video. Like I always said, if you were here for 1 second, thank you for giving me a chance. And if you were here for a good portion of the video, I love you so much already. See you in the next one.